Namaste. Greetings, salutations, good vibes. It's Thursday night. It's 9 o'clock, and it's Thursday night vibes with Master Rochi and Kateland, the talent. Just you.
No, I said that's me.
That's you.
Yes, that's me.
That is you. Would you like to say hello,
Hello, Caitlin.
Caitlin? How's your week been?
It's been okay. It hasn't been too bad.
All right. No major disasters?
Not really, no. It's
Well,
been an okay. Well, I mean, there wasn't. It's not really a disaster. Just more of a minor inconvenience, some would say.
as far as what?
I ran out of gas today.
Again, now, if you remember a few weeks back on the show, that Mama Roshi and Caitlin, the talent, ran out of gas on a Thursday night after being at how many gas stations?
3.
Three. Once again, they go off and run out of gas. Are we seeing a pattern here?
This time we didn't. We were on our way to the gas station to go get gas. In my defense,
Oh,
we were on our way to go put gas in my car because I got to work in the morning. So I didn't want to like be rushing, to work in the morning like I usually do and having to stop and get gas on my way to work.
right, but you might want to get gas a little earlier.
But listen, it's a really good thing that it happened this evening rather than in the morning because I would have been SOL in the morning. Nobody would have came and saved me in the morning.
Well, something that I've learned and I try to do is at a half a tank, I fill up.
I gotta get my finances under control before I'm able to do that.
Well, it's the same thing as having, running on a half a tank to empty. Instead, you're just running on a half a tank from full to half.
Well, see, used to what I would do is whenever I'd get paid, I'd fill up my gas tank when I got paid. However, like I said, I'm having a little bit of financial problems.
Right.
So,
Well, unfortunately, that's becoming more and more and more and
yeah,
more common,
yeah.
and
So sometimes I
it
just gotta
sucks.
get what I can get when I can get it.
I understand that, and I do, and hopefully things will get eventually better again.
Right.
It's just yeah, it's kind of a nasty time right now.
Yeah. Yeah. Because right now, until I get my next raise, it's to the point where we're paycheck to paycheck again.
Right.
But it'll be okay. It'll all buff out.
Well, some, we really need to think about the people down in Florida.
hmm
They have just been absolutely devastated, and our hearts go out to many of our friends in Florida. That man, I tell you, I can't imagine what you're going through, and our hearts goes out, and we'll do what we can to help out people down in Florida. But look at you know Red Cross and some other, if you're going to give money, make sure you're giving it to a reputable uh, NGO. So check them out before you just give them their credit card number. Make sure they're actually doing good work for disaster relief, and let's put our hearts out and some good vibes to the very poor people in Florida that have just gone through hell, and it doesn't look like it's going to get much better.
Now the Red Cross they're the ones that work with the military too, right?
Yes. Yeah, the Red Cross works. They're kind of independent, but they do a lot of joint military stuff.
Right, right. I just like with national disasters, they
Yeah.
work with the military.
Or if you have fill a semi up, uh, you know, for with water and food and other stuff to be shipped down, that's always a good thing to do. And that way you can really personalize what you're sending people. So,
Yeah, I heard they called the National Guard out.
well, they did. They had them in reserve, ready to go.
Yeah, yeah. Well, they knew it was gonna be a bad one. I know at least I don't know if you had been watching the hurricane's
Hmm.
path, but I had been watching it, so they kind of knew it was gonna be a bad one.
Well, the East Coast is used to having the hurricanes,
Right.
but the West Coast isn't, and that's where they got hit, and they got hit hard, and it's terrible.
The west coast of Florida.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
My brain was like California.
No.
yeah, yeah.
So, yeah, your brain.
Well, I mean, you
Yeah,
could have specified the west coast of Florida
well, I could have.
because there was also back in 2008 Hurricane Katrina, which hit Louisiana and parts of it hit Florida
I'm well aware of.
on the west side.
Yes,
Yes.
but that was a little different path. It wasn't a direct hit like this.
Hurricane Katrina was awful though.
Oh, it was.
My dad got called out and sent down there.
Right. I took some loads of water down there in refrigerated trailers. So yeah, and I hope everybody mobilizes as quick. And I mean, Katrina honestly was not handled the best,
Mm-hmm.
but you know, there's a lot of people trying to get resources down there.
Right.
It's just
Right.
that they got down there and they just didn't go anywhere.
Well, I feel like it's like with any other kind of natural disaster, nobody really knows how to handle it until they take a look around and see what they need to do to handle it
Right.
until after it's
And it
happened.
looks like there's a lot of good forces coming into play and helping out the Cajun Navy. It seems like the county leadership and state leadership and federal government are getting involved, and it's gonna be very painful, but hopefully not many people were injured or killed during the event. I haven't seen if they've started talking about that,
Right.
but hopefully everybody is safe and sound, and property can be rebuilt.
Right. Well, and I know there were a lot of people that chose not to leave Florida. They because I saw on the news where they were evacuating people, but there were still people that chose to
Oh
stay
yeah.
rather than to leave. So,
I don't think anybody ever imagined how bad it was going to be. So, and their choice to ride it out as just another hurricane, and it's not going to be that bad, was a bad choice this time. Unless you were in a really well reinforced, you know, multi-story building,
right.
and then those people seem to do pretty well.
Right. Right. Yeah, cuz when I was talking about it with somebody at work, they were talking about how the flooding even before the hurricane hit was really bad. How bad it started
Hmm.
flooding before the hurricane even started to make ground.
Right. And that kind of leads me into my first good news story of the night. It was about a man near Bonita Beach and you may have seen this on a news highlight, was captured on camera pulling a cat off the top of a air conditioning unit and taking it with him.
Mm.
So that was really great. I saw the clip, but I couldn't tell if it was a cat or a dog that he had picked up,
Right.
and it was a cat. So people are doing good things, and he kind of kept a kitty cat from getting washed away.
Well, that's good.
So,
That's good.
but that is my first good news story. But yeah, I thought it was really cool.
That
If you
is
get a
good.
chance, check out the clip. I may have seen it on Facebook. Or I may have seen it on the news.
I don't know if you saw this on your Facebook, but I saw a picture of these people taking their chickens with them. They had newspapers wrapped around their chickens and their chickens duct taped up so they couldn't flap their wings or move seat of their car.
No, I, that wasn't on my feed. I have a lot of stuff on my feed, but no,
They captioned it with, "What do you do when you have chickens and the hurricanes hit?" And they said, "You take them with you."
of course,
I thought it
of course.
good to know if you ever need to transport chickens and you don't have a lot of time. You just wrap them in newspaper and then duct tape their legs and wings down. Then you can put them in the back seat of your car. They were like little chicken burritos, just with their heads sticking out and their tails sticking out.
You know, this might be a good time
Chickens, bud.
to
Chicken.
go to a music break.
Chicken.
So, would you like to?
Yes, our first song is Ivy by 303 Sammy D.
Right on, Sammy. 303 Sammy D. He's a favorite of ours.
Mm-hmm.
We have many favorites. I don't think we have anybody that we don't care for because they're all beautiful and very talented people.
Yes, I really dig the original music.
Me too. Right on, and welcome back. That was 303 Sammy D with Ivy. How did that make you feel?
It was relaxing.
Very good.
Very relaxing.
We got some good music on tonight. We really do. So,
Yes.
how about the world according to Kateland?
You know, I had a thought on this earlier and I was trying to remember what it was. It was another one of those driving to work thoughts because that's when I do my best thinking is when I'm driving to work.
Right, right.
but it slipped my mind. um, so I don't know. I guess I could just talk nonsense. That's always a good time.
Would that be much different than?
I mean, usually it's at least somewhat a thought that I've thought about in depth.
Well, we could always go back to your favorite subject, cannabis careers.
Oh no, 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 no,
I
no, no, no,
That's kind of your
no,
your
no,
go, your go-to
no, no, no,
subject.
no, 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 no. So I started drinking Diet Pop lately because
Yes.
I haven't been able to kick my habit for pop. So instead of just kicking it completely because of my soda addiction, um, I started drinking Diet Pop and Zero Pop.
Very good.
Uh,
Very good. Well,
I
that's a healthy step.
well, I've gained like 10 pounds.
Mm.
I don't know if that's in correlation to drinking the Diet Pop and the Zero Pop. We gotta wait it out and see.
I wouldn't think that would. In fact, people normally experience weight loss when they switch from sugared pop
Like I said,
to zero pop.
well, and like I think I said last week that I've been trying to eat healthier. I've been having salads for lunch and then trying to have like, excuse me, like low carb dinners. However, like, and I thought I was feeling skinnier. You know what I mean? You know,
Mm-hmm.
when you're like feeling skinnier, you're just kind of like feeling your oats because you feel good. You kind of feel skinny. Yeah, I just weighed myself at work the other day and yeah, 10 pound weight gain. But like,
Don't worry. I mean,
I'm not discouraged because like sometimes I think about maybe it's muscle gain because I do a lot of lifting at work because I definitely don't have any new stretch marks
right?
or anything showing that I've gained a substantial amount of weight. Um, but also like my arms have gotten like a little bit more muscular. Um,
That's very possible because you do it on a pretty much a daily basis, so you're getting a good workout.
oh yeah, oh yeah,
So yeah, don't discount it.
yeah,
It's how you feel about yourself is the most important
oh
thing.
yeah. Well, and like I was thinking about it, and like even though I've gained weight, like I still feel like I look good. So I mean,
right?
all that I feel like all that really matters is that you love yourself and you love the body that you're in. And like it's not like I'm putting bad things in it. Yeah, I have a sweet treat every now
Mhm.
and again, but like I for the most part I've changed my eating habits where I'm eating healthy every day. So I mean, that's like if I gain weight, at this point I gain weight.
Right.
It is what it is. Like I'm still giving my body like adequate fuel for it to keep going.
And there may become a time. How long have you been doing this?
It's been about 2 weeks now.
Well, yeah, and your body's taking in all these adjustments and
Mhm.
everything. So I think another 2 weeks you might be pleased with the results.
Right, right. Well, and like my eating habits kind of shifted a little bit when I started working at this job that I work at now because they have healthier options. Where I was working before, I brought my own lunch and I was eating like Lunchables every day, which I'm not knocking on Lunchables because they aren't the worst thing for you, but they're not really good for you. The
No.
processed meat, the processed cheese, processed crackers, and a little candy bar, that's not necessarily good for you. I mean, it's sustenance, but
Well, you know, we're doing a little bit better, and probably the person that I need to give a shout out to the most, uh, I haven't. Well, I mean, earlier on I did. But that's Mama Rochi. She does so much behind the scenes and has been responsible for some really good stuff. And she's also uh, we've been eating soup and eating healthier
mhm.
and home cooked. Thank you to her. Uh, and it's improved our diet. We're kind of detoxing, and I think that's one of the reasons we're feeling kind of crappy
Right.
is because of the changes. And I'm trying to use vape more and get away from the smoking finally.
Right. Well,
So
and
yeah, a lot of changes.
right. Well, and the thing about smoking is when you get towards the end is when it's hardest to quit. Like I had to keep a pack of security cigarettes on me for about a week after I quit smoking because I was just like, well, what if I get another craving?
Right.
Because I don't know if I've told this story on the live before, but when I quit smoking, smoking, I didn't have any intentions of quitting smoking. I was smoking about a pack a day, and I didn't care whether I smoked or didn't smoke. You know what I mean? And it just kind of gradually happened. I like like I said, no intentions of quitting smoking, but
Mm-mm.
like slowly I just started smoking less. And at one point I was down to like half a pack a day and then like 5 cigarettes a day. And then one day I was just like, I opened up a pack of cigarettes and I was looking at it and I was like, I mean, it was like 5 o'clock in the evening and I was looking at this pack of cigarettes and I was like, do I really want to smoke another cigarette? I've went all day without a cigarette. Do I need it? And I just kind of, you know, stopped. But I did keep that pack of cigarettes on me, like I said, as a security blanket for a little while.
Right. Well, I've quit twice before. I just never stayed quit. I quit
Right.
for 6 months and quit another time for about the same length. So hopefully this time I will quit for good. But didn't have the vapes out, and I'm getting used to these. I didn't like them at first, and now I'm kind of
Right.
developing, I guess, a taste for them.
Yeah, and
So
I think part of the thing with the vapes is it's all about finding the flavors that you like and that work for you that you can do all the time. I I switch it up, but that's just me.
right,
Um and I know they don't know a lot about using the nicotine vapes yet. I know they say they're bad for you just because of the nicotine that's in them. But
they can't be any worse than cigarettes.
yeah, well, I was gonna say personally for me, like my vital signs improved after I quit smoking.
Oh yeah.
Because I quit smoking when I wasn't working in healthcare, and then when I started to check my vitals, when I went back into healthcare, my blood pressure was running at a normal rate as compared to before. I had a little bit of an increased blood pressure. My heart rate used to be when I smoked
Mhm.
cigarettes was like 140 beats per minute, and now it's at least below 100, which is good. Um,
Very good.
and it just you'll see like small improvements like that.
Well, that's all about the holistic lifestyle
Hmm.
and all, and I'm glad you're making strides in that. It sounds, congratulations. I hope everybody else is doing, small things, and small things turn into big things.
Well, and I know I didn't say this on the live, but I said this when I was talking to mom the other day, and I think you heard it in the background. If something's worth doing, it's worth doing halfway. Well, and I know that sounds like a bad sentence, but like for people with depression, mental health disorders, anything like that, sometimes you don't even feel like getting up out of bed to take a shower or
Right,
to brush your teeth or to even change your clothes. And the thought process behind it is, well, if something's worth doing, it's worth doing halfway. So, like, if you don't feel like going through the whole process of brushing your teeth, maybe just brushing them with just the toothbrush, that's it's worth doing halfway.
right. I
Or,
can I can see where you're saying that,
yeah,
that's basic motivation if you can at least do that.
yeah,
Right.
yeah. It's
Very
just a
good.
little bit of self care to help you get through the like more depressive moments of your life. Like rather than taking a full on shower if you don't have the energy for a full on shower, maybe just freshening yourself up a little bit, changing your clothes, brushing your hair, like
Right on.
the small things. If something's worth doing, it's worth doing halfway.
Well, it's always that first step, even though you don't want to do it and it's hard. It's that motivation just to do that very first step.
Yeah.
And don't worry about the end, but like you say, if you can focus on maybe halfway or two steps,
Mhm.
every bit. I know it's a struggle. I've been there,
Oh yeah.
and it's very very hard.
Yeah. One of my biggest things is my hair. I know my hair looks just absolutely luxurious now, but that's because I took a shower when I got here, like first thing. But before I took a shower, I know like right now with the seasons changing, I'm struggling with a little bit of the seasonal affective disorder. And before I took a shower, I can tell you my hair was matted into a ball on the back of my head. But I took a shower for you guys.
Yay!
Brushed my hair.
Well,
It's not matted anymore.
that is a good thing.
Yeah.
It is a very good thing.
Yeah. And I don't know. I know you've heard me say it before, but I don't think you know what it means. Um to continue with the topic of mental health. I know you've heard me say before I don't have enough spoons for that. I haven't ever said it on the show, but I've said it in
Hmm.
conversation. And essentially what the spoons theory is everybody gets so many spoons a the day, right? But some people, it correlates to energy level essentially. Spoons are your energy level. So, like some people get more spoons per day than other people. And so when you hear me say I don't have enough spoons for that, it's me telling you I don't have enough energy to do that today.
All right. Well, thank you for deciphering that.
It's like a whole study, but it's spoons correlating to energy level. Just
Okay.
dumbed down a little bit.
I am not familiar with that at all. I'll have to check it out.
Well, and it's like where one task may only take you one spoon to accomplish, that same task for me would take 3 or 4 spoons to accomplish.
I
People
don't know about that, but
people figuring their way through life.
right. You don't have enough spoons for it.
Smell-o-vision.
Smell-o-vision. Well, with 5 cats, sometimes.
Just
Well,
just put a smelling salt under your nose. You'll be
oh,
right here.
oh yeah, yeah. That definitely no. Don't do that. Those things are brutal.
I've never done one.
Oh,
It's been a few months back. It was a TikTok trend. People were doing smelling salts to like wake themselves up and give themselves more energy. But it definitely looked brutal. I saw this one of this girl. She did it in her car, and she snapped the smelling salt, and her head flung back, and then she hit her head off the steering wheel, and she was like, "Woo!"
well, it's one of those things. I was a medic in the army, and we had a lot of those at our disposal. So you catch your buddy sleeping
Mhm.
and crack one of
Oh
those.
gosh.
But be prepared for retribution. So, but yeah, it's really funny if it's long as it's not happening to you.
Oh right. Well, I know when I think of smelling salts, the first thing I think of are like football and wrestling, people getting knocked out, and then
Mhm.
them trying to get them to come to with the smelling salts.
Oh yeah, it'll bring you to. Wonderful. Well, do we want to go into another song?
Yeah, I think it's time to slide on over to some Clayton Anderson.
All right. Now, Clayton Anderson was the premier or
The
the
headlining
headliner.
act.
Yes, the headlining act at the Vogue a few weeks ago
Yes.
for the Grow Indiana Together CPAC.
Yeah.
Not only is he a great musician, but he has got some really great inputs and thoughts on hemp and cannabis, and especially in Indiana.
Oh yeah.
We're hoping to get him on the show as with an interview here in the near future.
Mhm.
But I'll tell you, fantastic show.
Oh yeah.
He left everything on the
Yeah,
stage.
he rocked the house
Yeah,
down.
I was not familiar with him going in,
Mhm.
but by the end of the night, I was a fan, and I would see him again in a heartbeat.
Well, and you don't listen to new country that often.
No, I really don't.
So that's really saying something that you were that impressed by him and that you liked him
Mm,
that much because he did play original songs. And yeah, he left it all up there on the stage. He slaughtered that stage.
yep. So if you get a chance to check him out, please check him out. Check him out on Spotify and probably about any of the places where you like to get your music. Definitely, definitely worth a listen. And this is
Tennessee, take me down. Waylon, take me down.
Tennessee, take me down. I need you to be somebody. I need to figure me out. So why don't we get this started? Ain't no sign of stopping. Jesus, about the only thing we got in common. I need to watch my mind. So please, won't you be somebody? What you waiting for? What you wanna know? I don't really know if you're good for my soul. Being in with you is better than alone. I'm up for anything hate to be my ex right now. Dancing with you is a feeling, something to talk about. You got a bite that's burning. I'll never forget when you said you're welcome. Out in the streets, didn't need umbrellas. Now when the lights go out, that's what I'm talking about. What you waiting for? What you wanna know? I don't really know if you're good for my soul. Being in with you is better than alone. I'm up for anything and where you wanna go. Tennessee, take me down, down, down. Tennessee, take me down, down, down. Tennessee, take me down. Tennessee, take me down. How did we get in these places? That's just the bed that we're making. I love the way that it's tasting. We're face to face. How did we get in these places? That's just the bed that we're making. I love the way that it's tasting. We're face to face. Tennessee, take me down, down, down. Tennessee, take me down, down, down. Tennessee, take me down, down, down. Tennessee, take me down, down, down.
Hey, welcome back, Clayton Anderson, man. I really dig him. I
Oh
mean,
yeah.
he's got a cool sound, and man, what a show! What a show!
He's most definitely going places.
You know, we have talked on this show about CBD.
Yes.
We've talked about THC. We've talked about CBG, CBN, but we haven't talked about one of the ingredients that we really use and how healthy and beneficial it is. Because, and it's really not talked about much. It's cold pressed hemp seed oil,
Hmm.
and it's really amazing. I mean, we primarily picked it because of how good it is for the skin. But on top of that, the reason that it's made so well is because of three linoleic acids. Linoleic. But anyway, the ratio of 6 to 3 or 3 to 1 is the best possible ratio for fatty acids ratio for ideal health in humans.
Right.
So I've got a lot of notes here. uh, but hemp seed oil can provide relaxation,
Ooh.
taken internally, because it is high in magnesium. Yeah. Three.
Magnesium's good for diabetics.
Yeah, magnesium and others like omega 3s, omega 6s are also known to help reduce anxiety levels.
Oh yeah.
So,
And omega 3s and omega 6s are also good for your liver and your heart.
yes, they are. Now, like with any other cannabis or CBD regimen, you always need to check with your health professionals
Mhm.
before beginning this. Let them know that you're taking it because some of this stuff can interact with drugs. Like if you have a hypertension or I think it's low blood pressure, you shouldn't probably take hemp seed oil.
So hypertension or hypotension
Yeah,
if you're on medications for those things.
right. Oh, bradycardia and hypertension.
Oh, okay.
Yep, those are the two things that if you have them, then I would not suggest taking hemp seed oil. I'm not a doctor. I don't diagnose anything, but we're talking about things based on studies.
However, in layman's terms, bradycardia is a low heart rate for you layman's people out there.
uh, Also, hemp seed oil is a antioxidant and it helps with pain and stress.
Ooh.
Again, it's the uh, different fatty acids. This is just amazing, and this is only found in, I think, 3 or 4 other plants. So it's not like it's something that can be, you know, because right now a lot of our stuff comes from corn oil
Right.
and fish oil. This stuff is coming from the hemp and cannabis plant, uh, being pressed. Very old technique,
Mhm.
very old. Same technique that they use for making olives that they cold press the hemp seed oil.
Oh, so it's like okay, so it's like cold pressed olive oil too.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So you get all of the benefits of
Right.
of it, and again, it looks like that entourage effect
Right.
when you're taking the hemp seed oil or using it on your face. But it's a great moisturizer. That's one of the reasons that we put it into to our beard oil.
Right.
But you can use as we found out that you can use our beard oil for a lot of other stuff.
Oh yeah.
And one of the things is acne.
Really?
Yes, hemp seed oil helps clear the pores.
Wow. I might have to start using that.
Well, I think it's let's see.
Because presently I'm using salicylic acid pads combo comboed with my CeraVe face cleanser.
Well, according the application of hemp seed oil is also useful in reducing acne. Excessive dryness in the skin prompts oil glands to secrete oil beyond the limit, which may trigger the stimulation of acne. So it's something very interesting to try.
Right.
And but it's often uh, PMS and menopause symptoms. It's said to help reduce.
So
I
would
mean,
it help menstruating too?
I wouldn't know about that.
Oh, I think you would know all about
I
menstruation.
I don't think so.
I think you need to read up on menstruation.
Well, I don't think so. But getting down to it, you can take hemp seed oil internally,
Mhm.
about a tablespoon, I think, a day. I'm starting a regimen myself. I just need to get our seed oil down into a manageable container
Mhm.
before I try to, because we've had some in bulk containers, and trying to get a tablespoon poured out from one of those would be disastrous.
Yeah.
So I'm working on getting a smaller container. But also on the skin, it helps reduce pain, inflammation. There's it the salve that I've developed. I've lost weight, and my skin elasticity has diminished.
Mm.
And I was getting some really saggy skin in my uh, nook of my elbow region, and I started using that, and it's been tightening things up quite nicely. So I haven't been using it over
I'm
there.
just looking, just
Right.
checking your elasticity.
But it's you know it it's kind of the unsung hero of the CBD, THC, and then you have the hemp seed oil.
Right.
Fantastic as far as nutrition,
Mhm.
but we're going to get more in depth into hemp seed oil down the road.
Right.
But it's one of the reasons that we picked it up for the beard oil, and we're also going to let you know possible other uses for it.
Right. Now, I know you're not a doctor. However, would you use it in combination with a fish oil pill, or could you use it to replace your fish oil pill?
It would really be better. From the
From what you're telling me, it
fr-
sounds like it could replace it.
from the studies that I have read,
Mhm.
the the fatty acid combination of 3 to 1 is the best for humans.
Mhm.
So I don't know how the principles of the different oils and how they work. So I can't really answer that.
Not at this moment. Okay.
Right,
That's all
right,
good. That's all good. And that's why we tell you guys you need
right.
to consult your doctors when you start taking these things.
And your pharmacist, they can help you on that. They're both great. I think they could probably be taken in conjunction with each other.
Right.
It depends on the health benefits you're looking for. Hemp seed oil is going to be providing a lot of different benefits. The omega 3s and 6s are just one of the many.
Right. Well, and it's probably extremely rare, but I don't think personally I've ever heard of a case of somebody getting too many omega 3s or too many omega 6s.
No, no. And they're in a good balance. And, your body uses, again, this is incorporated in your endocannabinoid system. This works naturally within the body.
Mhm.
And it's just too bad that we need to sing the praises of cold pressed hemp seed oil more
Right.
because we do have some tinctures that will be it's in development. I got all kinds of neat stuff in development.
Oh yeah.
That's going to be using cold pressed hemp seed oil as the base
Ooh.
instead of the full set spectrum CBD.
Right.
And there is a difference. And many people get this confused because they're very, very similar in how they look, how they taste. Full spectrum CBD and cold pressed hemp seed oil. In fact, it still happens occasionally. People think they're buying CBD and buying cold pressed hemp seed oil instead. They're both wonderful. They both are good health wise, but they're used for different things.
Right.
So if you get cold pressed hemp seed oil and are expecting benefits of CBD, you're going to be greatly disappointed, and vice versa. And also the dosages are way different. Where you're taking
Oh, I'd imagine.
a tablespoon of cold pressed hemp seed oil a day compared to a
Like
dropper or half a dropper
drops.
of a tincture.
Yeah. Well, and I could see how a lot of people would get that confused because, especially if the cold pressed hemp seed oil comes in a same kind of container as a CBD oil with a little dropper, and they're just taking a couple drops, and they're like, "It doesn't work for me."
Right, and some people knowingly have, especially in the early days of CBD, because cold pressed hemp seed oil is quite a bit less expensive,
Right.
and they could bottle it and sell it as CBD. Nobody's any the wiser because there's no regulation.
Right.
I mean, even to this day, if you wanted to do that, eventually you're going to get caught. But
I mean,
it's just not a good
it's
idea.
not a good business practice. It might be a free ride for a little
Oh
while,
yeah, just a
selling it
money
at
grab.
yeah, selling it at CBD oil prices, but that's poor business practice. You're not going to find long-term tangible business.
And we run into people that say, "Well, I tried CBD and I got nothing out of it." Well, you may
Yeah.
have been taking cold pressed hemp seed oil.
I can't tell you how many people I've talked to about our products that have told me that, CBD didn't really work for them. So that
Hmm.
really makes you wonder because a lot of the people, we live in southern Indiana. We live in small towns. We don't have the bougie things that they have in the bigger cities. So a lot of our people buy from gas stations.
Right? Yeah, that's about the. I mean, that's where you go to get CBD.
Yeah, if they're not ordering it online, they buy it from gas stations, and I could definitely see some of the gas stations around here, selling unknowingly selling cold pressed hemp seed oil as CBD just because that's what it said it was
Yeah,
when they bought it.
if they don't know to get a COA and other things and how to read it and
Oh yeah.
determine what's in it, then yeah, and a lot of consumers don't know to check some of that stuff out. We're looking to get into some retail locations. I think we've got some good opportunities available to us.
Mm.
And if anybody out there would like to carry some of Master Rochi's products, where would they go?
Probably to masterrochiesgarden.com.
Hey, look at that. Yes, masterrochiesgarden.com. You can check out all kinds of our tinctures and merchandise. So we got all kinds of neat stuff there. And again, if anybody's interested in carrying them, DM me, and I would love to talk to you.
Oh yeah. And we recently remodeled our website as well, so it's a little bit more user friendly now. It's a little bit more aesthetically appealing to the eyeballs.
Yeah, and it's looking good. Tony did a really good job on it,
Yes.
and it's not done yet. We still have a lot of things to add and to carry over from our old website that aren't there.
Yes.
But I'm definitely digging the new look and all. And again, we're getting ready for our, I think that's October 3rd, October 5th. We're getting our first social media post out on hotelsuppliers.com.
Ooh la la.
Yeah, so and we're offering all kinds of custom made uh, formulations,
Custom made formulations and Masterucci garden
right?
products.
You
The whole
know,
biz.
simple, natural, and unique. That's us.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right on. All right, I got a rant.
Oh gosh. Okay. Give me a second.
Yes,
Okay, I'm ready.
I am looking into the future, and I'm looking at a bunch of lawsuits against big alcohol and big pharma for suppressing health information regarding cannabis. At least they're buying the suppression. And I think once the American people find out how beneficial hemp and cannabis in all phases, in building supplies and clothing and plastic and petrochemicals, in medicinal and recreational, however, but the many facets that hemp and cannabis, and once they find out that this suppression has happened, I hope they sue the hell out of these companies that are paying off the politicians to keep this under. It's all about power, greed, and racism. And it's, we've got to hold them responsible. But I think once all the truth and studies that have been suppressed, uh, and and just the failure to really even open up cannabis for the study in the United States, it's got to be taken off of Schedule One. I'm sorry, Big Pharma, your time has maybe come and passed. You'll always still be a part of things, but I think people are ready for natural, healthier remedies.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I know you don't use social media as much as I do, but from what I see on social media websites, people are definitely moving towards the more all natural, holistic side of things rather than dumping chemicals into their body.
Well, that's where we want to go, and we're a very small company. We're growing. We have a lot of great things on the horizon, but we have to. It takes money to do a lot of this stuff,
Oh yeah.
and thank you for supporting us. We really appreciate it. But the more that we can bring in, the quicker I can get. The expensive thing isn't so much the formulations and all, or the scaling up. It's the containers and the labeling.
Mhm.
I mean, that's really labels cost a lot of money.
Right. And shipping, mom said.
Oh, shipping's yeah, shipping's pretty brutal. Uh, and dealing with customs is brutal also. So yeah, we've learned a lot over the past couple of weeks as far as international shipping.
Right.
But I think we got that straightened out and are much better informed now moving forward.
Right.
So that's a good thing.
You know what? I think after all this negative big pharma junk, because big pharma just bums me out
Hmm.
every time we talk about it. Because I don't know if you think about it like this, but I think at first the pharmaceutical companies started out as a good thing, but now they've just turned into like the evil villains in
Well,
everybody's
the
lives.
debate is it more profitable to cure a disease or to treat a disease?
Well, I don't think that's really a debate. I think they've come to fruition with that. It's more
Yeah,
profitable to treat a disease than it is to cure a disease.
and I'm hearing more and more stuff, and I'm fairly sure that medication people are talking or taking are bringing on new illnesses
Well, and here
and
lately,
side effects.
more than you know before I started working in healthcare. That's the ugly thing about working in healthcare is you get to see the worst side of it. More lately here, I've seen more people die of cancer than I've seen recover from cancer.
And that's unusual because we were doing a pretty good job at cancer cures called early.
Yeah, and it might just be because I work with an older population,
Right.
people in their, you know, the youngest person I've had with cancer here lately was in his 50s, but even he said that his cancer was terminal.
Right.
So I, it seems like more often than not here I've seen worst case scenario. But yeah, definitely more profitable to treat than to cure.
I agree. And, like I said, once all the information and how the media and the government has lied on behalf of big pharma, big alcohol, and by the way, the for profit prison system
Hmm.
in the United States, we're supposed to be a free country. We have more people locked up than any other country in the world. And that's sad. Uh, that's not the way. And lock up the people that need to be locked up.
Serial killers,
Rapists,
rapists,
child molesters.
yeah,
Yeah. The people that just can't live in society.
yeah,
The other people, make them adapt. And, we've got to change
yeah. Circling back to mental health for our addicts, addiction is a disease.
mental
We
health,
need
but,
to, rather than throwing these people in prison and letting them just deal with it, we need to actually rehab these people and teach them proper coping mechanisms and teach them, you
right.
know,
Because every time a person goes to prison like that, that's a broken family. Uh, you know, if the family wasn't broken, it's broken now.
oh yeah.
So, this is terrible. We're causing far more harm than doing good. The, you know,
Well, and I know some addicts say that like prison is what changed their life, but why does that have to be the answer for people with this? Because I believe addiction is a mental health
no,
disease.
it is.
So why does that have to be the answer for these people with this mental health disorder? For them to go to prison to find out. Our mental health definitely needs to
Our
be better.
our mental health system sucks. It
Oh my goodness.
yeah. Well, we have a couple of cats that are decided to discuss matters.
They're having their whole discussion of their own.
Right. So no, it needs to be reevaluated, reworked,
Definitely
because
reform.
yeah, we are failing so many people,
Oh yeah.
and and you add fentanyl into the mix, and it's even worse.
Fentanyl. Ugh. Well, I think we should go into another song to lighten the mood.
All right,
All right, we're gonna be listening to some Johnny Manchild and the Poor Bastard.
and when we come back, I'm going to talk about taking a mental health day.
That sounds good. The song is Scorpion Queen.
She has been around the block before, but I can't blame her since I have been begging on the floor. She's no good, that's what I tell myself. Then she will turn around and pick me off my dusty shelf with her stare. With each breath, she casts another sin. I've been in line, so just this time I hope she lets me in. She's no good, that's what I tell myself. Then she will turn around and pick me off my dusty shelf with her stare. She swears she's never been in love, and she swears that she knows because those high heels and gold eyes can't keep you up all night. swears she's never been in love, and she swears that she knows because those eyes and gold eyes can keep you up all night. But I can see I'm better off dead. Looks like a girl, they won't leave you fulfilled, but I just know she'll never be mine.
Three, two, one, and so yeah. Now you're pointing at me.
Hey
But before you just
guys.
gave me a countdown. That ain't cool. That ain't cool.
Hey
That
guys.
ain't cool.
So I don't know if you saw this recent study, but crime rate in youths is down.
Youths.
Youths. The youth population is
Do-
down 78%.
Do you mean youths?
Youths?
Youths.
It was worded youths,
Youths.
young adults, and
Cool.
adults that are still young. Is down 78% since 1994.
Wonderful. Wonderful. So legalizing cannabis hasn't caused any major spikes?
No.
No.
Since
What?
Since 1994, it's down 78%.
What?
78%.
But
That's a large percentage.
you know, that just doesn't sound right to me.
It's almost like smoking weed makes people happy and calm and not violent.
Think about that. Well, we were going to talk about a mental health day. However, that's going to have to wait till next week.
Yeehaw.
Yeehaw. Would you like to say goodnight, Kate?
Good night, guys.
And remember, this show is sponsored by MasterRoachesGarden.com. MasterRoachesGarden.com. Check us out for all of your needs. We got some great stuff there. And as always, peace, love, and good vibes. Good night, all.
many friends, so many